Columbus. How are we? Good, good, good. Good to be back. I think it's like my third time already.
Nice.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's
How
nuts.
were you? How was this experience?
It's phenomenal. It's great.
Phenomenal.
You guys are always great. Always fun.
So kind, so wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay.
Me or them?
Everybody.
Okay,
Truly
yeah.
the whole experience.
Mostly me, let's be honest.
I didn't want to say it in front of everybody.
Thank you.
So we're in the throes of summer. It's summer,
Yes.
it's so hot. But I want to know, this is something that I've decided right now that I want to ask everybody. What was the best summer vacation you ever had in your whole life?
You know, so like legitimately I was maybe 16, 17, and my dear friend Will, his dad, the three of us went down in their fishing boat to Baja, I think it was Baja, California, San Quintin Bay in Baja, California. And we stayed in this little fishing village. And every morning it was like we'd jump in the boat and you had to time it right, like with the tide and all this stuff. And it would literally have like breaking waves because there was a reef that was like super shallow. It was this crazy. I caught a 170-pound marlin, and we got to resuscitate it on the side of the boat and let it go. It was like, and then on the way back there were like more dolphins than I've ever seen in my life. Like literally like under the boat, cruising along. We were 25 miles off the coast and we're trying to get back to time it right for the for the tide and all that. And then it was like all of a sudden for like 10 minutes, it was like from here to the horizon there were thousands of dolphins, and it was nuts. Yeah, that's hard to top that.
That's so magical.
So I just peaked at 17, and everything has just been horrible ever since.
I don't know about all that.
That's how it works. That's
I'd
how
like
it works
to know. Well,
in life.
16 is it. 16
I hate to
is
tell
the peak.
everybody, you peak at 16, 17, it's just
Goes downhill from there.
Yep. Anyway, that's my time. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. All right.
Gotta go fast.
We did. That was
There you
like
go.
2
Enjoy
minutes.
your future, but until you're 17, and then it's just,
That's not Sonic saying that, by the way. That's not canon now.
Yeah,
Not
we
doing
don't know. Don't nobody
Yeah,
write that down.
Don't
Nobody
start.
write that down.
I don't want to
Stop,
see the fan
please.
art. No deviant art about any of that stuff. Come on.
So I want to know, give us sort of the skinny of how each of these glorious folks have come into your life.
Oh,
What
man.
point each? We can go down the line. What was the story for each of these? These are what they decided are your big heads.
Okay.
If you can remember.
Let's see.
What's
Okay.
what's their stories?
Let's see. That's President. Was that President George Washington on the
Yes,
far left?
that's
okay.
him. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah. What's his story?
that's
I don't
My
know.
Little Pony on the one with the ears, right?
Right.
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure that is Chuck E. Cheese.
yeah.
Chuck E.
Charles
Cheese,
Entertainment to
It's
some.
like,
Yeah,
those are
yeah.
none of my characters. That's really awkward. I've never played any of those
I
characters.
know,
That's
yeah,
a-
I don't know how where did they get these
Deidara
pictures
was one of those
from?
things where Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, our director on Naruto at the time, called me in and just said, "We have this character that we think you would be good to read for." And I came in and we started doing it, and it was like, holy cow, what is this? Who is this guy? Why are there mouths in his hands? And a lot of this stuff, the boring answer is you audition. You just audition. I auditioned for literally every role that's up there.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
it never works. I think a lot of people assume, and to this day, I still get people that come up to me and ask me like, you know, when you go in, do you tell Sega like? And I'm like, well, first of all, Sega is a company, not a person. I don't just like
Mr. Sega.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Mr. or Mrs. Sega, how you been? You know, and so no, the process to this day, I'm still auditioning all the time, auditioning every single day, and that's really how a lot of that came to be. My favorite story about the Batman audition for Arkham Origins was, so you'll get this situation for castings where they try to be very secretive. They try to not let you know what it is that you're auditioning for because they don't want everybody to be aware of the fact that there's another game coming out of that kind of thing. And so on this one, they had changed all of the characters' names. So Batman wouldn't have been listed as Bruce Wayne or Batman. He would have been listed as like Larry or Bob or, you know, Tom. But then at one point, like I think the Joker was named like, you know, whatever, Wilbur or something, right? But they forgot to change one particular sort of giveaway, and it was like, I'm reading this dialogue going like, you listen to me, Wilbur, Gotham will not fall to your, and I was like, okay, so this is Batman, and they're like, we don't know, and I'm like, it's Gotham. And I'm saying will not fall, you know, like I am vengeance, you know, it's like, this is not
You couldn't
Larry.
at least have said like Minnesota or something.
Exactly, exactly. They should have just been like, you know, it's like, yeah, Pacoima. I don't know, pick a city. No, it's like Columbus will not end under your watch, you know. Yeah, exactly. Like I just told my good friend Albert, you know, it's Alfred. No, and so it was literally, I was like halfway through the audition, I was like, this is Batman, right? And they're like, I don't know. I was like, it's Batman, okay, all right. How do you want me to do this? Yeah, that kind of thing. And then we went from there. But no, Ezio Auditore was like showing up on a Friday, and the defining aspect of that audition is that they looked they wanted to look for an actor that could do the 3 different age ranges that they were anticipating doing. I think at one point they probably thought we're just going to do one game and cover all this. And then I think they got the sort of hit that AC2 became, and then they sort of like, well, instead of DLC, maybe we'd make more money if we made another game, you know. And but I remember showing up and auditioning, going, oh, my Italian's not very good, but I can study it. I was a big fan of MotoGP racing at the time, which is motorcycle racing. And Valentino Rossi was the MotoGP champion at the time. He was this incredibly dominant champion for years and years and years. Broke like every record in the book. But his post-race interviews would sound like,
It was a very good race. The bike very fast. The corner it handled very well, but the rain make a little bit slick on the tire, and so like I fall into a lap. And
I was like, is that what you want your character to sound like? They're like, no, not at all.
Can you imagine?
I know. It's
Oh my
like,
god.
my name is Ezio Auditore da Firenze. Request in pace. I'm still here. No, me, Ezio Auditore.
I don't think that would be good. So we started messing with. I was like, what about Spanish? And they're like, yeah, just do like a bad Antonio Banderas for now, and we'll work with a dialect coach and all that. So that was what that audition process was like.
But they wanted to start with the young Ezio, so like he said, "Good life we lead, my brother. May it never change. May it never change us."
So we started there, and then of course you go and do a little bit like this Ezio, and then of course later it's like much. Sorry, day 2. My voice is hoarse, but then of course like old Ezio. When I was a young man, I had liberty but did not know it, time but I could not see it, and love but I could not feel it. All that kind of stuff. So it was they just wanted an actor to do those 3 things. So I focused on the age range. Oh my gosh. Then Chris Redfield was just trying to sound tough and cool, and like a guy who can't wipe himself because his arms are bigger than his head.
God, that's tough. That's really tough.
I think Captain America is just like, it's like Batman with a Boy Scout. It's like, it's like, Batman broods. He's always very dark.
Yeah.
And Captain America is like, hi,
Yeah.
want some cookies? like, here, have some cookies. I was about to say Girl Scout cookies, but I don't think. I mean, he would probably sell Girl Scout cookies too.
He would support them at the very least.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love
No,
that.
it's been very surreal. But I mean, the boring answer is I auditioned for every one of those things, and yeah.
Good.
No,
Sometimes it's good for people to hear that. Like, hey, if you audition for something, you might get it, and you might have it on a big screen behind you. So
Yeah.
audition for stuff.
20 years later, that's all you got to do. It's a success, overnight success. 20 years in the making.
Yeah,
Just-
exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, yeah,
On the
forget
slow-
so much
on
for
the slow
16.
ride.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Take that, 16. Stupid Marlin.
Okay, and before we turn it over to our friends,
Yes.
I would love to know, what is your favorite Sonic meme that you've seen? If you have any.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meme. Oh man. Well, memes are so tricky.
Like literally anything that you have seen, or like somebody has shown you, somebody has made, something that
always
really
just-
tickled you.
I always just find it really funny, like what ends up happening about things. Like first of all, like Sonic Boom out of context, I think is one of those things where
So good.
because that show is
so
so
funny.
ripe for just taking things completely out of context.
The amount of like compilations I've seen on my TikTok For
yes.
You page, oh my god.
The one that keeps resurfacing all the time where people go like, why did you do this? And I always laugh going like, I don't walk in and go, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Sega, this is what I'm going to do, and you'll just deal with it. It's like, we work on projects that have writers and producers and directors, and there's all these things, but there is one, of course, and it was from a Sonic Boom episode where we had Knuckles was attempting to, he was having a fantasy about him being the hero. He was the big shot. And so all like Sonic was this weakling who could do nothing without Knuckles, helping him out. And so at one point Sonic goes over and tries to pick up a bicycle.
Oh, people know.
And so the meme, so for whatever reason, you sickos out there have had a lot of fun with me doing this ultra weak sound of Sonic going, he was trying to pick up a bicycle, like it was heavy,
see.
and he goes, so you can imagine.
Yes, he's very sad. Oh, you guys, why'd
you
you make him
sickos.
sad?
Oh,
Why
you
did
sick
do
people
that?
out there.
No, so I just chuckle at that like all the time. Like there'll be something that just pops up on my feed, and people go, "Have you seen this?" I'm like, "Do I want to? Probably not." But yeah, no, there's so many,
Yes, of
the chili
course.
dog, not the baby, little things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, people are so creative.
Oh yes,
So-
yes, in the worst possible ways.
All right, my friends. And on that note, hi, Alistair. How are you?
Hello.
Hello. On the topic of Sonic,
Yes.
how do you feel about the ever popular ship of Sonic and Shadow?
Sonato.
Uh-huh.
I just learned about
As they call it in school.
Shadami the other day as well, apparently, and I was like, Shadami sounds like a 50s like Like you know, shut Amy, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da.
A doo-wop song.
her standing there. Yeah. What am I gonna say?
Yeah.
These are trick questions that like next thing you know I go home and then that night like my phone starts blowing up and I'm like what did I say, I didn't know. I support it fully.
Yeah. If you love it,
Sure,
then we
yeah.
all love it.
If you love it, as they say, what is it, Rule 34 or something?
Sure, Jen.
Yeah.
Leave it between you and DeviantArt.
Exactly.
That's what I
That's
say.
what it is. So there's something out there. So
That's
yeah,
your
no,
business,
it's
yeah.
like, yeah, that's your business. No.
If it makes you happy, that's great.
I can't support it because he's a faker, okay? So I found him. He's the faker, and no, I can't support it. He thinks he's the ultimate life form, whatever.
What is that?
What even is
What
that?
even is
Thank you.
that?
I tried to explain to Mr. and Mr. Mr. and Mrs. Sega.
Mr. and Mr. Happy
Yeah.
Pride.
Mr. Mister, that's a good. Yeah, that's another one. They're good. You know, I like them. Yeah.
Happy Pride, Sonic.
Even better. You as well. Thank you. That's
Thank you so
hilarious.
much.
Well, there we go. Mr. Mister. There. It was even
Mr.
better.
Mr. Sega.
Hello.
Hi, hi. What's your name?
I'm Chris.
Hi,
Hey,
Chris.
Chris.
Salute, said Ezio.
Salute, my friend.
Oh, I love that
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing very well.
Okay, as Ezio is the poster child for Assassin's Creed with 3 games, a short film, lots of different like arrangements of his theme song and other games.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Ezio project and why?
I gotta go with AC2. Not that there's like a favorite anything ever, but it's like working on AC2 was just like it was just a very, very incredible experience. It felt like for me too at the time, it's kind of like the heyday of like video game production in a lot of ways. You know, right now we're the big topic of conversation is how AI impacts the production process and all that kind of stuff. And my gosh, it's so hard to find an audience these days for games because it's like there's so many different platforms and different ways we consume our art, that kind of thing. But it really and truly was like working with Patrice Désilets, who is the creative director and basically the creator of the entire franchise. He was like so present at all the sessions, and so it was like I got deep, like lifelong friendships out of a crew. I got to do something that was very challenging, as well as something that was just a ton of fun. And unlike certain characters, many of whom might be up there, nobody gets to sit back and go, "Well, you're not my Ezio. I didn't grow up on your version of Ezio," or that kind of thing. It was one of these things where I was like, okay, this is new, and this is something that I get to create and be a part of, and enjoy the challenge of like speaking lines in Italian and doing things like that, and messing with a dialect which was never meant to be full Italian. It was a blend of like Italian and Spanish and a little bit of like westernized whatever, right? No, it was an absolute blast. It was like it was just a very invigorating and challenging and crazy time to be in like, all right, well, let's see what happens. Let's see what becomes of this. But yeah, AC2, just for the sheer sort of like we didn't know what we were sitting on. They took 3 years off between AC1 and AC2 to get the fight mechanics correct, to get all of a sudden this new protagonist, all that. And then all of a sudden here we are, and it was like, man, 15 years later, I'm still signing, he's easily, I would say people are like, oh, what do you think is like your most popular sort of signature? And I go, Sonic, it starts there, but I think that's because of like the sort of like family-friendly element of like the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. So it kind of spans a lot of years, and then right behind it is Ezio to this day, which is still crazy. Yeah, the fact that character and that franchise just still has such an impact on people. The music gives me goosebumps every time. So yeah, always. AC2. Yeah.
Thank you
Grazie
so much.
mille, Chris. Thank you. Welcome to the brotherhood, my friend.
Grazie, amico.
Grazie. Prego, prego.
Thank you, thank you. Hi there.
Hello.
Hello again.
Rachel.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Slade.
I remembered.
So ever since I saw the new Crossworlds trailer, I think it was this past week, I was wondering, I'm really hoping you can answer this. Are you playing Werehog?
No, I'm not. No, I know. I no, and I would love to. I honestly think what happened, and I don't know who is, because obviously that would be a neat sort of like another sort of like form of like an interesting kind of like legacy within this franchise. Because I know that Jason did the voice of the Werehog, and it'd be fun to think, oh, we could replicate that. I think the way that it works, I'm doing and have been doing the voice of Omega 123. In that, or is it Omega 123, right? Is that it is Omega 1. I'm asking you like you know.
I mean,
Lexi, come on, Google it.
I know who Omega is, at least.
There we go. So I've been doing that, and I think the way that it works is contractually, if you're doing a certain number of voices within a given project at any given moment, if they add another voice for you to do, they got to pay more and do different things. So usually the way they do production is they disperse certain characters throughout the cast, and I think that's the way this may have worked. But no, I'm not doing that voice, and I don't know who is, or if at all.
An exciting thing to look out for, though,
There
for
you go,
sure.
exactly. You'll
Very
have to tune in
excited.
September 25th? Thank you. Or 5th.
25th or just 5th?
September
25th.
5 or 2/5?
2/5.
2/5.
I'm saying 2/5. I'm saying
There you go.
2/5. Okay. Thank you so much, Rachel. Hi there. What's your name?
Hello.
Hi, I'm Kelly.
Hi,
I saw
Kelly.
you yesterday.
Okay, hi. Again, sorry.
Regarding Sonic, what is it like working with the rest of the voice cast, especially during Twitter takeovers? And are those pre-scripted or do you improv?
Oh no, so it's a blast. Obviously, you can imagine. We have a ton of fun. I don't know how voiceover directors deal with us because you get a bunch of voice actors in the room at the same time, and it's like herding cats that have had way too much caffeine and sugar, and we're just bouncing off the walls. We're constantly like, we have a ton of fun. I should be paying them, and honestly, I am so fascinated. And if you could just all see the way they do those Twitter takeovers, it's fascinating. It starts. You get a crew of people together in the morning. We all show up. We get nice and caffeinated. The voice cast sits in a booth just around our microphones waiting. We've all got iPads waiting for the scripts to roll in. And the crew is out there answering or looking for the questions that they want to answer on the feed. So they get on the different various feeds. They look for a question. They go, this is good, this is funny, or hey, we could incorporate another account with this response or that kind of thing. And they all start workshopping creative ideas. They just bang out a really fast, short, like little voiceover script. All of a sudden, our iPads, light up, and we go, here we go. And we got a sound engineer in there, and he goes, all right, we're rolling. And then we all read through it real quick and go, okay, all right, okay, so there's the joke. And then, okay, how about this? And maybe there's an ad lib, like literally Strawberry Shortcake Sucks, was just me goofing around, walking away from my microphone and just going like, Strawberry Shortcake Sucks! And then next thing I know, they kept it in, and I was like, oh, no, I didn't, oh, no, I did. And now it's like canon, apparently, because they did it again the next year, and they're like, no, we think it's funny. And I'm like, but now, why? Strawberry Shortcake's actually pretty tasty. Like, I didn't know that I didn't do that as Sonic. It was just me goofing around. So no, it's a lot of fun, but it's fascinating. We record it, they then polish up the audio, they then send it next door, literally to a room next door. You got a team of people putting the audio into the animations, then it gets sent back to the same crew that wrote it, they approve it, then it gets posted. It's like, it is utterly fascinating. And it's not an easy thing that they do. It's like the fact that, I know every year people are like, oh, my question didn't get answered. I'm like, they get thousands and thousands and thousands of questions, and the fact that they get through about 40 to 45 a day is incredible, because each one takes a good probably half hour to 45 minutes to just crank it all out. So it's incredible. Yeah, it's a fascinating thing to be a part of. I wish we could get to them faster and that kind of thing, but no, we're doing it in real time as the questions are coming in. So if you didn't get your question answered, like, keep trying. I promise it does happen. It's really difficult because there's so many things coming in.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
What is the setup like for the actors? Do you each have your own mic, or are you literally all around just one?
We're usually sitting around like a very small table, and we all got our own mics.
Okay.
And sometimes maybe we share a mic, but no, we're all around the same mics, or not. Or we're all around the same table with our own mics.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
fun.
so cool.
And sometimes we do one. Maybe Mike is in New York and couldn't be out in L.A. Sometimes I'm up in Boise, Idaho, and I couldn't be down in L.A. Or it's like vice versa. But yeah, so we do it all that way.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
so fun.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Hello.
What's your name?
Hey.
How are you,
Hey, I'm Brendan.
Brendan? Yes. Good to see you again, buddy.
Yeah, I met you earlier. Yep.
Yes.
So, yeah, you did Sonic the Hedgehog, and also you did Thomas from regular show as well.
Whoa.
Or maybe it's Nikolai. Who knows?
No one knows for sure.
Who knows?
It could be he's a Russian spy, yes. He's Nikolai Thomas or Thomas Nikolai.
Yeah.
Either way, Frank from Chopper 6 doesn't care.
I wanted to know, out of the two, what did you enjoy doing more? Did you enjoy doing Sonic more or Thomas more?
Oh gosh. There's no look, every single day behind a voiceover microphone is an absolute blast. Unless something is going horribly wrong, the job really and truly is as much fun as it looks like. It's just, yeah. If I'm doing Pizza Hut commercials back in the day, or selling Ram trucks, or doing any of that stuff, it's fun. It's just cool. It's just a really fun job to do. So it's hard to say, like, I like this more than that. There's aspects of just voiceover in general that can be very taxing on the voice. So sometimes, like, video games can really, trash your voice. And you can imagine, like, doing a game like Dying Light. and you have zombies and like brutality and all these kinds of things that are going on. That's how it goes, right? So sometimes it's more work in comparison to other gigs, but it's still fun. Even just trying to conjure up a scream, knowing that you're going to damage your voice and have to take time off and not be able to work the next day or submit on an audition or that kind of thing, it's still fun. Because you're just like, oh, this is cool. I hope the players enjoy this, or I hope this enhances the experience, or that it feels authentic, or that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't have a favorite. They're both. I guess my response will be yes.
Okay.
Good answer. Good
There you go.
answer.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I'm gonna go with that. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you so
Good to
much.
see you again. It sounds good.
Hi there. What's your name, my friend?
Hi, I'm Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Just met Roger.
Not
a
too
little
long ago.
earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my question is, it's based off a note I gave you. What are some Sonic coded songs you think? Like, what do you think? What are some songs you think fit Sonic?
What's
the
on Sonic's
character?
current playlist?
Oh
Yeah?
gosh.
You think? Or like what songs remind him of Sonic?
Like from the Sonic universe entirely, or just music in general?
Just music in general, and both, a little bit of both.
Yeah. So like what's on Sonic's playlist right now?
Is it Fuel from Metallica? Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that much out of sound.
Oh, yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Sonic would be all over that for sure. That's how you get a speeding ticket, that song, by the way. Do not
That's
listen to that song while driving.
That trend
I don't
going
care
around
if
that's
you're on
like-
if you're on like a moped, you're gonna get a speeding ticket. Because you're just gonna be like, yeah, it's just like, it's great. No, I think it would be, oh gosh, one of my favorite bands is Cake of all time, so I think The Distance, he's going,
Good choice.
he's going the distance, he's going for speed. No, anyone? See, that's how old I am.
Oh, I'm here. I'm with you on this one.
So
I know this
we're
one.
dropping 90s bands and Arsenio Hall to start this off with. I've lost the entire young demographic.
No, I
They're like-
promise.
No,
We're
you got
here.
me.
every year it only gets even worse, for me.
Thank you.
If I'm around 10 years from now, I should be like,
Yeah, I remember.
Oh my
when I-
God. No.
Yeah. Hey. Gotta go fast, man.
Like, oh God, it's happening again. Everybody
Give it-
wake up, Roger.
Something from Metallica. Give me gasoline. Give me a spark, and I'll go fast for you.
Someone in the audience is crying. They're like, he's
Yeah.
still got
He's
it.
like, he's still got it, man.
Sonic speed.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate
No,
it.
it would be nothing but like, oh gosh, trying to think, Cliffs of Dover by, he was a guitarist, Eric. What was the name of the guy? Cliffs of Dover. Eric's, oh man, I can't believe it.
It
It's all,
could just
it's
be
all
Eric.
songs that make you just want to drive fast. That's all it would be. Yeah.
There's a trend going on TikTok right now. It's what's your 90 in a 35?
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that
so
would
it's all
definitely- that'd
songs
be
that
one of them,
are
yeah.
on that.
So then, of course, there was who was the young lady that's sort of like a pop country singer right now that Shadow apparently is a big fan of off the last.
Sabrina
There
Carpenter.
we go, Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, exactly. So apparently, there'd be a random just where Sonic would be there, kind of like Sonic Frontiers. He'd be like thinking of like daughter, like daddy issues with like Sage and Egghead, and he'd have like a little tear as he's driving. Through the canyon at twilight. Just some Sabrina Carpenter song. I don't know.
Yeah, an emotional moment with
An
Sabrina.
emotional moment. Yes.
Yeah. Hi there, my friend. What's your name?
How's it going?
Brendan.
Hey,
Hi,
Brendan.
So it's kind of a basic kind of question, but what is your favorite line that you did in Sonic Boom?
Is not as Sonic. I've said this a couple times. There's so many, but the one that stands out for me the most was Dave the intern saying,
Stop telling me what to do. You're not my mom's boyfriend.
it's a brilliantly written line. There's just such wonderful darkness in that. It's like the bravado of like Dave like standing up to somebody going, "Hey, don't tell me what to do. You're not my mom's boyfriend." And you're like, "Oh no, not even like a birth father." And the boyfriend is just bossing Dave around. And it's like, yeah, I love that line.
Stop telling me what to do. You're not my mom's boyfriend.
Dave was so much fun to play. Just the creepiest, weird, oddball little guy, and so much fun.
I bruise like a delicate peach.
Just random and a fun voice, and yeah.
There's
A lot,
layers to it.
it was a lot farther away from this guy. So to don't go away from like snarky Sonic to
Like this guy who's just so strange, and yeah, that big moment for him. Like, wow, that probably took a lot of like to muster up. Don't tell me what to do.
But then
And
he
then,
adds,
like,
there's layers
but then
to it.
this little layer of like darkness at home. Like, poor Dave.
It'll leave
Yeah.
him thinking, for
Yeah.
sure.
No, it would be that.
That or the chili dog, not the baby.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Thank
Yeah.
you
And
so
a lot of
much,
people are like,
Brendan.
what on earth did we walk into? Arsenio Hall, we've got chili dogs, not babies. What is going on? Who even is Cake? That's a food, not a band.
So now I'm hungry. Oh,
Okay,
man.
there you go, exactly. Hello.
Hi there. What's your name, my friend?
Hi, my name is Nia.
Hi, Nia.
My question is, I just wanted to know, how was your experience on working on Sonic Boom, or maybe like a funny story? Because the way the script is, I feel like it might have been like a good time. It just seems so silly.
You have no idea. It's literally one of those gigs where I should have been paying them. And there were so many times that we would just like leave, like literally we would be like cracking up in between takes because we were just having a good time like sharing stories. Like Cindy and Colleen would constantly be singing show tunes and stuff. And so then they in fact like created an entire episode about like creating a show tune together and all this stuff, like, you know, the telephone song and all that. I think so. One of the more memorable, like enjoyable aspects of the recording session was there's two that come to mind for me personally. I read it like in one of the scripts, like, you know, you get the script and you show up that morning, you start looking through it and kind of going, okay, there's that beat and this. And then I saw this thing that was like, Sonic is bored and makes mouth noises. And I was like, what is that? So we get in, we're recording, and I'm asking, like, what is this part here? And then they go, well, you know how you're always doing like weird little, like, you know, mouth noises in between takes and stuff like that? Because I'm always, it's like a lot of the reason why I make the joke about voice actors are like bouncing off the walls is because we're trying to keep an energy to the sessions, because you can imagine what it's like if you're doing comedy or action or that kind of thing. And production can have a lot of ups and downs and a lot of like, oh, hang on, we have a story element that we need to fix. The writers, you know, gather around and they start trying to work on things. And so there's a lot of downtime. And if you just sat there and then tried to get back into like being funny, so usually, you know, someone is making a fart sound or just, you know, trying to like have people think they're hearing things like, you know, like, is a dog barking in the studio? Like, there's a, is that, are you hear that through the door? Like, is that me? Like, and then it like, that kind of stuff. This is what we do all day long and get paid for it. It's amazing. It's a good gig. But then there was this moment, and they said, yeah, you're always doing these things, like weird, you know, sounds that you're just doing constantly. And so they were like, no, just do your little weird, we're just going to leave the mic open and you do your whole thing. And I was like, this is the greatest day of my life. This is everything I ever dreamed the voiceover would be like. I'm like, so literally, so it was like, you know, that's right. He was like just bored waiting for his friends to come rescue him in the desert. And so he just starts making, and so they just had me kind of going, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, like just everything you can think of. And I was like, I just was like, I can retire right now. That was it. That's about as good as it's ever going to get. And then the other moment for me was when they had a scene, and I looked at it and I read it. And I'm like, this has to be what they intended. And so it's Sonic's falling out of the sky, and he's radioing to Tails, and he says, like, you know, I'm coming in for a hard landing, buddy. You know, you got me covered. And Tails says, Roger, and then Knuckles goes, who's Roger? And I look at Jack, and I'm like, and he goes, go ahead. And I just broke character, and I said, he's talking to me. Thanks, buddy. And I was like, this is the greatest thing. I was like, Roger, it's, and they're like, yeah, that's what they, and I was like, okay, thanks, you know, little things like that. It was like, it was constant jokes. And Bill Freiberger, who was our head writer and like executive producer on the show, one of many, just like trying to get those jokes kind of put through. And he was an old school writer and has really great old school comedy chops, in my opinion. The scripts were just a blast. And we knew that sometimes the jokes were going to be like, maybe like flying over the head, but it still carries on. Like, I know people to this day that are like, no, we still go back and watch all the time. We find new things and new references to stuff that we didn't get back then because we were too young or that kind of thing. But yeah, no, we had way too much fun. Thank you
so much. Hi, my friend. What's your name?
buddy?
My name's Jaden. Wait.
Oh yeah, we got yeah. We
if
might,
you
we
squeeze it
an
in the
angle.
middle, you see that little thing right underneath. Oh.
That was me. Sorry.
I really thought I was like.
Yeah, exactly. It could have been worse. You could have done that, kind of gone. Hey, whoa,
Whoa,
buddy,
dude.
jeez, are you
From
all right?
that far away?
You feel okay?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Hey, but that was loud.
Must have been those burritos in the food hall. Uh-oh.
Lexi, are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
My name is Jaden. and
Hi,
I was-
Jaden.
Hey, Jaden.
I was gonna ask if you had any other any
Upcoming what?
upcoming projects that you've seen, and if you wanted to voice a character from one of them. I don't know how what
I'm sorry. I wasn't even listening to your question.
It's
I'm
okay,
going to be
I
honest.
got it.
Okay, what was it?
That's what I'm
Sorry.
here for. Upcoming
Your
projects.
name again.
Jaden.
Jaden. Nice to
Jaden-
meet you. Thank you.
Jaden
Great
would
question.
like to
Get out
know-
of here.
Okay,
No,
nice.
sorry.
Gotta go fast. Oh God.
Gotta go fast.
Jaden would like to know if there are any upcoming projects that
Sorry.
you. Oh
Upcoming
my God.
projects.
It's still happening. Sorry, I'll keep
That
the
are still
microphone away from
easy.
my
Yeah,
mouth.
easy. So upcoming projects that I
That you'd love to be a part of, which is tough to say. 'cause- yeah.
Everything. I'm a working actor. I want to book everything.
There you go.
That's how it works. We always want to be. Every actor is lying if they don't tell you they want to book every single thing they go out for, because that's how we get paid, for one. And it's just fun. You want to work on another project. You want to stay relevant and competitive and all those things. The worst part about my business is I can't tell you about the things that I already know that I'm sitting on, that we're working on to this day, that are going to come out later and that kind of thing. But yeah, no. It's kind of hard for me. At this stage in my career, which is crazy to say that I even have a career, because I didn't know that I was going to have anything. I just wanted to I don't know, this seems like this would be a fun job. I think I'll try to go do this. The idea that I get to do something, when you look at these characters that are behind me, that just doing one of those is an amazing thing to have happen in somebody's career, ever. The idea that I get to pick something else, I mean, my gosh, signing something and writing Batman underneath it is just surreal. It's crazy. Let alone Sonic the Hedgehog, let alone Mirage, let alone Kyle Crane, let alone Say Yes to Dress narrator, you name it, right? All that stuff. It's hard to say oh yeah, I'm disgruntled. There's things I want to do, No, the pat answer is the next one. I'm always really interested in whatever the next thing might be that I don't know exists, because somebody out there right now is the next version of a creator that's going to make a new character or a new video game or a new franchise or that kind of thing, and I get to be lucky if I get to work on those things. So yeah, the next one.
Exciting. Keep an eye out. Thank you
we
so
have
much, Jaden.
9 minutes. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, that is
so I'm
correct.
going to try to get. So how about no more lining up?
Yeah,
We're going to try to get
yeah.
through everybody. I'll try to do gotta go fast
Yeah, you're
speed
doing
round
my
kind of
job
stuff.
for me. I was just about to say.
Okay, yes or no answers only. Let's
oh
go.
my God. Okay.
All right. My name is Jaren.
No, it's not. Next question.
I've been hearing a lot about Sonic.
Yes.
No offense to Sonic fans, but
Oh, careful.
but
You do have to leave here, and there's only one way out. And literally, Sonic is sitting right next to you.
Yeah, watch out.
Things are about to. Yeah.
but Mirage.
You just hear a shotgun pump in the back.
How long? How long will you be playing Mirage for?
Who did that one? Okay, nicely done. Holy cow. That was audible from here. I have a microphone, and that was, good Lord. Sorry, you have a question.
Yeah,
After I was saying, we're
said
going to try to get
gotta
through
go
everybody.
fast. Also
Yes,
fart noises.
sorry.
Go ahead, homie. We got you.
How long will you be playing Mirage for?
How long will I be?
Yes.
Oh, that's never up to me. But I mean, hopefully, I'm up here going,
Hey, you got bamboozled. Mozambique over here.
you knew it was coming. It had to, I mean, yeah. No, I mean, obviously with my career, everything is just, I want to be doing all of this for as long as possible. Yeah, no, it's a fun job. It keeps you young, too. Clearly, I'm a grown man making fart noises into a microphone.
And that's what it's all
in
about.
front of other grown-ups and people who are just going, it's not funny. It's actually just kind of sad. It's like a cry for help, you can tell. I bet he cries himself to sleep every night.
This is some mom's boyfriend. Something
Exactly.
happening right now.
Exactly.
Stop judging me. You're not my mom's boyfriend.
No, I hope for a long time. I hope that the franchise carries on. I mean, we've already been this many years into it, and it's season what, 900? That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. You got bamboozled, buddy.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name, my friend?
Esty?
Yes, I met
Esty.
you earlier.
Okay, I met you earlier. Yes.
Yes.
All right, Faker, let's get this over with.
Let's go. So after a long day of voice acting, do you ever go to bed and dream that you're actually Sonic, but then when you wake up, you see skin instead of blue fur?
Well, imagine if I woke up and saw blue fur.
That's crazy.
Nice.
That would be, yeah, that'd be frightening. That would not be good. No, I don't. No, it's funny. No.
Short answer, no.
That's throwing me. That whole question is throwing me. I'm like, no. I'm trying to think if I've ever dreamt that I was any of my characters. No. No, I don't think. A talking blue hedgehog. I mean, if I was Ezio, I'd be many hundreds of years dead, so that'd be kind of, spoiler alert.
Oh!
I mean, the game takes place in the 1400s, so let's be honest. It's like,
kicking.
how does it end?
He's still
I gotta tell you. No, I don't know. No, I know. I'm trying to think of something funny, but no, I'm actually more just disturbed than anything. Because now that's a concept I've never thought about, and I hope I don't, like, all of a sudden tomorrow morning wake
This has
up.
unlocked something.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, oh, I look down and see, like, weird blue feet, you know? Or like the early version of the movie posters where you had, like, muscular calves. No, yeah, exactly. No, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
my
God
friend.
they rectified that nightmare, too.
Yeah.
My goodness, yes. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Hello there.
Chris.
Chris.
But wait, I'm sorry. Chris, what's up, buddy? Hurry, Sheva.
Do you need an egg?
I actually, oh my gosh, this is, okay, hang on.
No way, no way. No way.
Let's see, hang on. Huh?
This is about to be the best bit of prop comedy of all time, right here on the stage. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh my gosh, just
That
really.
was the egg talking.
It's those tacos in the
It's
green
those
room,
eggs.
man.
I had too many eggs.
Oh.
All right, hang on. Okay,
You
this
got
is
it.
so anticlimactic. If I don't,
Hey,
if I
that's
don't,
okay.
If I don't
That's
pull
okay.
out an egg right now, this is just gonna be, okay, hang on.
We got
Let's
it, we
see.
got it, we got it.
No, there's gotta be. Yeah, thank you. Little music accompaniment would be nice. No, I do not.
Wow.
No, I don't. Oh, okay, don't.
Whoa,
oh, no. See, I'm
whoa,
not-
okay, okay,
see,
okay.
Somebody gave this to me, so I'm not doing that. I am not putting that egg in my mouth. No, but I do need an egg. Thank
Good
you.
question, good
Do you
question.
need an herb?
Thank you for that.
Or as Sheva would say, an herb. An
All right,
herb.
we got under 5 minutes, my friends. We gotta go.
Okay, we can do
super
it. We can do
speedy.
this. Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay,
We
can
got
do
it.
this.
Lock
Sorry.
in, lock in.
All right, lock in. What's up, buddy? Good to see you again. You were the one who gave me the egg. Thank you. Why do you have more eggs? What is it with you and eggs?
I have a Batman question, actually.
Okay, what do you got?
How did you find your voice for Batman?
So that is how every character that I've ever worked on, how I quote unquote find my voice, is I work very closely with the directors, the producers, the writers. Even Sonic was not like me again walking into Mr. and Mrs. Sega. It's like I don't walk in and go like, here's the Sonic voice I'm gonna do for you. You're welcome. It's they say like, this is what we're looking for. This is what we want to do. And so we messed around a lot. And to this day, I will still find a different voice every time we walk in. It's just I don't just walk in assuming like, okay, this is gonna be the Batman. Like it's what are we gonna do for this project? What do we want it to sound like? How do we think it should be? Like DC Dark Legions is a very different Batman than even Arkham Shadow, and very different than Arkham Origins. So yeah, it all just depends. And Batman Unlimited was more like comic booky kind of a thing, that kind of thing. So yeah, you just listen to your directors every single time.
Nice,
And
thank
it's
you
a
very much.
collaborative effort. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for the eggs.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you for the egg. I was like, wait, these lights are very bright. So all of a sudden I was like, yeah, you're the dude who gave me the egg.
You're the dude that gave me the egg. Hi,
Hello,
my friend. What's your name?
William.
Hi, William. What's
nice
your
to see you
question?
again.
If Sonic ever traveled into the Apex games, who do you think he wants to be partners with the most?
Oh my gosh. Not Crypto.
No.
No, he's a paranoid weirdo. Oh God. Not Caustic. That's Gas Daddy. Oh my God. Nicholas. Octane. Thank you. Yes, I was like Nicholas Roy's character. I was like Octane. I mean, they're both going so fast. It's got to be, right? It would definitely be that. Yeah, Octane for sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hello there. What's your name?
We can do this.
Roberto.
Hi, Roberto.
Nice to meet
we
you.
got you.
So, would Sonic like to try the Ultimatum Burger?
No. Next question.
Nice.
No. What was it?
The Ultimatum Burger.
The
from
Ultimatum
regular
Burger. Was that from Sonic? Was that from Sonic Boom?
No, it's from regular show.
Oh, that's right.
The cheeseburger inside a cheeseburger.
Now I think, look, let's be honest. The chili dogs alone, if he's going to like more beef and the Ultimatum Burger, pretty soon it's just going to be like, now we know why Sonic goes fast. He's on his way to the restroom.
He's gotta go.
Yeah, that's the whole gotta go fast is like a
Gotta
different
go,
connotation.
yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi
I
there.
also have a regular show question. I
Yes.
was gonna say, is there any of the one of the throwaway characters that just had a line that stuck with you? Anything like that from the
I don't even remember who it was, but a guy gets shot out of a cannon, and as he's doing it, literally going to like explode against a mountain, he just goes, "I regret nothing." And I just loved that moment. I was like, that's pretty great.
I really like the one with Mordecai and Rigby where they get the double glazed donuts.
Okay, there was the Rastafarian character that they were just like, and I had no idea what this was going to become, but it wasn't like, was it? Oh no, not eclairs. What was it? These have been double glazed.
Apple fritters. Apple fritters, I think.
These apple fritters have been double glazed. And I was, it's only in their world do they just like tell me like, just do it like this. I'm like, okay, cool. And then it becomes a thing where this many years later, like, I was like, I don't know. There's so many of those things. Yeah, it's crazy. Thank you. Whoa.
Thank you.
We can do it. We can
We
do
got
it.
We got it. 15 seconds per person.
We can do it. 1 minute.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
I've known Sonic since I was like 9, 10 years old. But
Basically here too.
But for other people who've been like me, who have known Sonic or the other characters that you played, how does it feel knowing you've been a part of our lives like that?
It is so utterly surreal. It is like I take a job because I just was like, I want to be doing right by my director. I want to please the people on the other side of the glass, as they say. That's my job, right? And I often forget that it's like, oh my gosh, I get to come to places like this. I meet amazing people who share really, really impactful, amazing stories about what games mean to them, what a character might have meant to them at a certain time in their life. And I'm the lucky guy who gets to be on the receiving end of that. And to get to be a part of any of these franchises is just, what do you think it's like? It's crazy. It's amazing. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you. No, I am a very, very, very lucky human being, without a doubt. Thank you.
Special. Hi there. What's your
Hey
name?
there.
Hi, Roger. I met you again like a couple of years back.
Yeah, yeah.
For a Mirage poster.
Oh, nice.
For the Apex poster.
Yeah,
I
bamboozled.
was going to originally ask about Dying Light, but since we're out of time, I asked about Marvel Rivals since you played Captain America and like the shows and stuff.
Yep.
Have you played the game at all?
Which one?
Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals? No, I don't think I have. No. Marvel vs. Capcom I played back in the day, but I wasn't Captain America in that. I was doing more Chris Redfield.
Then I'm just going to go back to my original
Okay,
question.
original.
So
Glad we wasted all that time.
Dying Light the Beast.
Yes.
How is it like working when like you're voice acting it for it and stuff like that?
It's a blast. It's one of those games where you're just like, oh man, there's so much going on. He's a very dynamic character in so many ways. I cannot wait for you guys to experience it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping that it's going to sort of bring back good vibes of like the original Dying Light game, where it's just like replayability like for forever, and just a fun character. Yeah, he curses a lot though, so just beware.
Thank you.
Got a bit of a potty mouth. Kyle Crane.
Thank you.
Hello,
Hi there.
I'm
Hello.
Josh.
We can do this, Josh.
We got it.
I wanted to ask, is there a role that ever stuck out to you in like on an emotional level that you just kind of click with at all? It could be from anything you've been in, just...
Oh man, I'm trying to think. You know what? So Ezio's story obviously had a pretty big impact, especially from AC2. That was one that I kind of latched on to quite a bit. If anything, anything that's close to somebody that I kind of understand and relate to is like Mirage, in terms of like a little bit of a bravado, right? Overcompensation, if you will, followed by a little bit of like self-deprecating, clearly not all that confident kind of like sidebar. Yeah, exactly. No, I think he's a lot of fun, and Respawn's been phenomenal, where they let us kind of like work on these games and develop these characters in that way. So a lot of the ad libs and a lot of that stuff, they're just like, hey, here's the line as written, and we're gonna leave it open, and you just play around with it for like five more attempts. And it's usually something we discover as a group after that, and I have a ton of fun with that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Nice. Here we go. Last question.
Hello.
My name's Tori.
Hi, Tori.
I was just wondering, what was your favorite scene playing
As
as Ezio?
Ezio. For me, it was AC2, and it's after that first most significant, after he watches his family get betrayed, and I forget the character. Was one of the Borgia, but he basically assassinates the individual who was responsible for everything that led to that horrible betrayal. Yeah. And as he rises up and says, "The Auditore are not dead. I'm still here. Me, Ezio." But he's screaming it, right? We get 2 takes of that, because the first take, I look at the engineer and I go, "Hey, I'm going big on this one." And he's like, "Yeah, okay." He's because they want to adjust the microphone level to make sure they don't blow out the speakers and that kind of thing, and so this guy's like, "Yeah, I got you. Okay, Mr. Actor, you're gonna go big." And sure enough, we did 1 take, and he was like, "Okay, that got loud," and I was like, "No," and I was like talking to Amanda, our director. I'm like, "This is everything. This is that moment where he realizes he's not a kid anymore. He's not living a little playboy life. He is out to get revenge, and he's going to make everybody pay, and that's the announcement to everyone that he's coming for him, kind of thing. Yeah. I just loved that moment. So yeah, if I wouldn't just like blow my voice out, it was such a great moment. And then we finally on the second take, it was just like, the Auditore, I'm not dead. It was just like such a neat moment to visit as an actor and that kind of thing, you know, because at 5'5", you know, and horribly Scotch-Irish, mostly Irish, I don't get to really be like an Italian assassin lover boy all that much in my life. So getting to stand up and be that for that moment was just a blast. Yeah, no, that was that moment in that game for sure. Good question, thank you.
Well, my friends, give it up one more time for our friend Roger!
Thank you guys.
Are you going back to your table immediately after this?
I'm gonna, like, not to make more jokes, like, I gotta go fast.
I'm gonna get a little bit of a potty break, and then I'm gonna go back to my table, and I'll be back there until I think we'll probably cap the line so that people don't get disappointed when the lines end and you've been standing in it, that kind of thing. But I will be signing until 7 p.m. and then we're out.
Nice. All right.
So thank you guys, Columbus. Thank you so much. You guys are really great.
Yes.
Great con, great group of people. Thank you.
Before you leave, do not leave, my friends. Come on up right up to the end of the stage. We're all gonna take a picture together. Does that sound good? Come on, get in here. Get in here, Sonic. We gotta get in here.